after Geelong's performance on Tuesday, it absolutely is. But Townsville will be livid with that, letting that one slip. So I'm expecting a big, big game from them tonight.
And Geelong were just clinical on both ends of the floor against Townsville. But for me, it was the offensive end. Best 40-minute game by them. The ball movement, facilitation, and just everyone was chipping in. And Townsville, you said it, Rach, they're ready for redemption. So everyone grab your popcorn because this is going to be a game.
We are looking forward to it. An enormous part of that Geelong offence on Tuesday night was Mackenzie Holmes going for 30. She caught up with Maddie Brown earlier.
Mackenzie, an incredible personal performance but also team performance on Tuesday night. What were the main takeaways to make sure you can replicate that same performance tonight?
Yeah, I think it's all about how we start games. You know, that really dictates the speed, the pace of the game, and I thought we did a good job of, you know, playing great defense. It wasn't a very high-scoring game to start, but we just kept hanging our hats on the defensive end and kept going, and I think that that's going to be a focal point for us tonight.
Discipline around that defense and also offense as well. You know, how do you continue to replicate that, you know, for 40 minutes? You played a lot of minutes on Tuesday night, tonight as well.
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, keeping our focus, keeping our mental and physical endurance up. You know, we're familiar with them because we just played them, so, you know, we use that to our advantage. You know, we had to tidy up a couple things, but I think it's just going to be, you know, coming out with that same attitude tonight.
They would have done their homework and a bit of analysis. Where do you think they're going to really come out firing? Because they had a slow start. Do you think that intensity will come on early?
Yeah, I'm sure. You know, I think that they're a very well-coached team, a very well-prepared team, so I think that that's not going to change coming into tonight.
Great to hear from Mackenzie there. As I mentioned, she had 30 on Tuesday night. Shyla Hill had 25. Rach, surely Townsville looking to adjust how they guard them tonight.
Oh, absolutely. But Mackenzie Holmes is just so efficient. She shot at 70% and she's just such a focal point for Geelong in there. And I love that they continue to feed her the ball. But I'm certain that Townsville will be looking to shut her down.
Well, a big part in guarding Mackenzie will be Alicia Froling for the Townsville Fire. Maddie Brown caught up with her earlier.
Well, Alicia, short turnaround from Tuesday night. What internally has been the main focus to park that game and move forward to tonight?
Yeah, definitely just learning from it, but getting recovery in. Had a very small window to train, so yeah, adjusting a lot of things, but I think we're in the right mindset.
So what does that response look like, especially in the first minute?
I think just playing our brand of basketball. We're a young team, so, you know, we're still like learning a lot too. I think we hold ourselves to a really high standard, and I think everyone else does too. But, you know, it's a hiccup and we have to learn from it. So I think that it'll show our character today how we respond to that.
How important is it to win the individual contest, I think, to get back to your brand of team basketball?
Yeah, it's really important. I think as a team we can play better, but we all know as individuals we can do our roles a lot better too. So I think there's a big focus on everything today, and hopefully we execute that.
So where is the main area that you absolutely want to improve in and obviously punish the Venom tonight?
I think just defensively, like we let them have so many easy shots, you know. People are going to make open shots if you give them open shots. So yeah, defensively, and then hopefully everything else flows from that.
All the very best.
Thank you.
Beck, as competitors Alicia and the Townsville Fire will be looking to bounce back for this one tonight.
They sure will. We know Alicia is an absolute competitor with a never-say-die attitude, but Coach Shannon Seabohm said they had defensive schemes that they didn't execute. So do they follow up with those schemes or do they change it up? Let's wait and see.
Now, it is an absolute scorcher tonight in Geelong, and Maddie Brown is joining us courtside. Maddie, how is it down there?
Thanks, Nathan. You're not wrong. It has been a scorcher down here in Geelong, hitting 43 degrees outside. We're told that the cooling is on in here, but it is a sellout crowd, so the heat is coming in quite hot and fast as well. You spoke about Holmes and Hill having standout performances on Tuesday night. Bit of a bolster into the Venom lineup as well, with Peely and Sharp also in their mix tonight. They're going to want to replicate with discipline and consistent tonight, and the Geelong crowd are excited to get right behind them.
Thanks, Maddie. We look forward to hearing from you as the game goes on. Make sure you get yourself a cold drink and stay hydrated as we are moments away from getting this one going. Rach, how do you see it tonight?
Yeah, well, I'm just so interested to see at the start of the game. Townsville came out so slow on Tuesday night and they never really found their footing for the rest of the game. So I'm expecting an intense start from Townsville, but counter to that, I want to see Geelong come out with the same intensity and ball movement they had on Tuesday.
Beck, you're called as we are moments away from the tip.
I just think Geelong, you have to come in with some confidence. And again, like Froling just said, what is the character that Townsville are going to show tonight? And they're a championship contending team. So we know that they're going to come out firing because that's not the brand of basketball that they play.
We are underway, as I mentioned off the top, #1 offense in the league, averaging 85.6 a game. Held to 71 Tuesday night. Let's see how they bounce back. Both teams starting as they did on Tuesday night. We heard Peely and Sharp back in for Geelong tonight. Early whistle, Courtney Woods called for the push-off. That'll be Geelong ball.
And Woody had her first game back post-hamstring injury. She was kept to 0 points, which is very unlike Woody, but you have to give her some grace. First game back, finding your confidence, your power, and she averages 15 points a game, and Fire definitely missed that from her, so I'm looking forward to see her get going tonight.
See Courtney Woods there, deep in help, trying to counter the influence of Mackenzie Holm. That time it rims in and out, and Townsville in transition. So exploring early, they're inside to Froling. Turnover to Froling, Geelong a chance to get off and running. Rotuno gets to the bucket, can't get it to go. Woods, a little bit of contact there, lucky not to get an early second foul. Townsville the first look at their half-court set. As we have become accustomed to operating out of the pick and roll, patient Courtney Woods first bucket.
And that's the Courtney Woods we know, just getting, coming off that on ball, having that poise inside, and then going up, making a really tough finish.
Geelong now their first look at the half-court set. Patient, that ball movement we saw Tuesday night. Again, nice look inside Mackenzie Holmes. Extra attention, doesn't worry her. First bucket, Geelong.
Holmes just got triple team, and it does not bother her. But what's good about Mackenzie Holmes, now that she's made one, she knows what the defense is going to do. She'll find her teammates open on the cuts.
She knows the triple team is coming. We watch to see how she reacts next time. Again, Woods ever patient in the pick and roll. Mid-range doesn't go. Geelong a chance to semi-push in transition. Nice move, Mackenzie. Clinch Hoyt hard.
Nothing better as a big when you get that fake handoff to work and you get the bucket.
Ellis carries for the Fire. Feet in the paint, kicks out to Fowler. 3 ball short. Woods with hands to it, Geelong ball.
And Geelong definitely coming out with that same intensity on the defensive end that they did back in Townsville. And again, good ball movement early. That's what I really enjoyed about the Venom's game, especially from Shyla Hill when she was in that point guard position.
And such a key to beating Townsville, as we see another good shot, is getting good shots against them, making sure that they don't get easy rebounds or steals and run it down your throat. So Geelong have got a good shot down the floor every time, and that's what I want to see from them all game.
And you're exactly right, Rach, because in their previous game, Townsville got one offensive transition basket, and that is so unlike them.
Really hard to run in transition when the ball gets through hands at the other end. We see again Geelong patient in the half-court set. Shot clock down to 7. Shelley, little floater. Can't get it to go. Fowler rebound. Townsville a chance to push. Nice to see the ball back in the hands of Courtney Woods, able to direct traffic. For Townsville, early 3 ball, Soa's down.
Cash money, isn't it?
She sure is. She splashed so well, that's
good.
for sure.
Soa leading the league in 3-pointers made by a distance. There's Mackenzie Holm, hot early again.
Rach, how much do you love Jazz Shelley and Mackenzie Holmes in a pick and roll?
It's a beautiful 2-man game, isn't it?
Ellis under pressure by Hill. High on ball from Froling. Ellis 2 feet in the paint, able to finish. Townsville up 1.
And that's great persistence. We see Geelong are in that drops. They're helping lay off Alicia Froling, so they need to continue to attack inside, make sure that they get a good shot down the floor as well.
Hill the step back, that's down. Geelong back in front.
And Hill just loves that move off a pick and roll. Dribbles, sort of cagey basketball, sees what her defender does, little step back.
Shyla Hill, you saw there, 16.6 a game, 7th in the league. That one doesn't go for Froling, looking to capitalise with the defence sagging off. Hill, another look at it. She's hit one. This time finds the open player. clinch. Hoycard with the floater. Geelong a hot start early.
Wow, what a hot start from Geelong. They have come out with the exact same intensity, Beck, you said before, and Townsville are going to have some work on their hands to try and slow them down.
Foul call on Jazz Shelley. You were talking about Townsville looking to bounce back, but we've seen a similar pattern to what we saw earlier in the game Tuesday night, Beck.
We sure have, and I just want to mention, Jazz Shelley just went off. That is her second personal foul. That is huge for the Venom and what they're able to do, because Jazz was a big reason, Nath, why they were so successful the other night.
We saw that all 5 starters play significant minutes on Tuesday night, so that foul trouble might limit Shelley. Fowler able to score off the second chance.
There was a point in the timeout where Chris was saying, it's almost half time. You guys can have a drink break, breathe in. It's a 40 minutes. And you could tell the girls were tired, but they pushed through.
Like those under-10s moments where they call the timeout just to give the best players a break. That one up early from Brett. Big rebound. Rotuno gets an extra opportunity for Geelong.
And Rach, we see that Sharp and Pili are back in tonight's game. Do you think they'll see a lot of court time tonight? What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't know if they'll see a lot of court time, but it'll be great just to have some extra depth. We know, obviously, Pili has been missing most of the season and Sharp has been sick earlier in the week. So if they can just give a few minutes, keep the scoreboard ticking over, play some good D, I think that's all that the team will expect from them.
How about Brett coming into the game, injecting some energy for Geelong, creating extra opportunities? Jump ball there, arrow goes the way of the Fire. There's something to be said for those extended minutes for starters and getting a rhythm. We saw Tuesday night, Geelong undermanned and able to get those extended minutes, and it worked out well. Players coming back in, so the rotations will change. Speaking of rotation, love that work in the on-ball from Woods and Froling.
So great, and they just need to continue to go to that. We see the tactic from Geelong. They're sagging off Froling way into the key. She needs to keep setting those pick and rolls, diving, trying to make herself a focal point on the offense as well.
Rotuno, plenty of time. 3 balls down, Geelong by 2.
And that's a big shot. We know Rotuno can hit those, but we see Woods is defending her. She's been sagging off 2 feet in the key. She hits one, she hits another. Now Courtney Woods has to change that defense individually as well as a team.
Speaking of hits, Froling nailed Charlie Hill on a big screen there at half court. Fowler again, the finish inside.
Just beautiful. They've missed Courtney Woods so much while she's been out, just with that pick and roll game.
Woods essentially leading the league in assists, or if not right up there currently. She's just dropped a second, so her facilitation a big factor for the top Fire. Rotuno can't finish inside. Holmes the extra opportunity, that'll go Fire's way. Here's the Amy replay. Lily Rotuno, plenty of time, knocks it down with all the confidence in the world.
And then we see a play after. Woods goes under a screen. I'd love to see Rotuno be confident and shoot that shot. You just hit one, be confident.
The ball again in the hand of Courtney Woods, operating out of the on-ball, 2 feet in the paint, fouls called, free throws coming her way.
And now Geelong are going to have to start to think about their on-ball defence, particularly when Courtney Woods is coming off that on-ball. She's just making really great decisions at the moment. She's scoring. She's able to find her bigs on that roll.
We're halfway through WNBL26, so don't miss your chance to catch a game live this summer. The perfect family day out, packed with energy, atmosphere and unforgettable moments. There is nothing like being in the crowd and part of the action. So scan that QR code on the screen now or visit WNBL.com.au to find a game near you and get your tickets.
And coming off the back of you, Rach, the difference for the Fire right now is they're making their bunnies underneath the basket. They missed so many easy ones to start the game and then throughout the game on those layups. So this is great to see them adjust and finish those ones.
3 ball, no good from Brett that time. How much do you make of the return of Courtney Woods in the amount of bunnies and easy shots they're getting with her facilitating out there, Beck?
Well, we just know she's a maestro in the pick and roll. For me, one of the best in the league that we have. In knowing what to do and the reads to make. And for me, she's the glue for this Fire team, and I think they have really missed her. And you can already tell she's so much better in this game than she even was in her first game back. So they'll keep building, but nice loaded game from Shyla Hill there.
Abby Ellis making Hill work hard. Hill up to the challenge. Steals the lead back for Geelong. Froling finds Olsen. Townsville moving the ball in the half court. This time Ellis off the on ball from Fowler, can't get it to go. Geelong a chance to push. Shyla Hill's locked up. Ellis gets the easy opportunity to put Townsville back in front.
Just a little scrappy 30 seconds there, but back on track now. But how great is this matchup between Hill and Ellis, two of our, you know, stars, up-and-coming stars. They're going to be opals for the future, and just ones to watch. Absolutely loving it so far.
How good is it to see teams competing as we see Sharp into the game? Missed Tuesday night with illness. Two teams competing. Mila Soa lets it go. Tuesday night was meant to be one of the top teams versus one of the lower teams. Geelong came out and get it done. Do not give Mila Soa two straight looks at it.
No, and that's where Geelong Venom need to do a better job of making sure that they find their man, they box out. Because the likes of Soa, you said it, Nate, she doesn't need an extra shot attempt because you know she's knocking the next one down.
Nice to see Alicia Pewey out on the floor for Geelong as Mackenzie Holmes finishes. Great movement, Geelong.
Great movement, and what a beautiful bounce pass into her post player from Alex Sharp. Just right on the money, led her to the basket for an easy bucket.
Fire now moving the ball well. On ball from Fowler. Finds space for Ellis. Fowler, big offensive rebound. Called for the push out on it though. Going the other way. See here the Amy replay. There's Sharp inside to Holmes for the finish.
Rach, does that not take you back to when coaches are demonstrating to a guard how you should pass into your post?
Absolutely. All those clinics growing up.
There's a lot of things Mackenzie Holmes does well, but as a big, she's so clever in the way she moves off the ball to create opportunities inside.
She is, and she's just got such great footwork, great timing of where she is, and that's why her shooting percentage is so high. She's always in the right spot to be able to get that pass and make it easy bucket.
Talk about high shooting percentage, 5th in the league, 57% from the field, Mackenzie Holmes. Geelong ball from the side, touch over a minute remaining here in the first. These two teams picking up where they left off Tuesday night, red hot early. 7 on the shot clock now for Geelong. Rotuno's going to need to create. She gets 2 feet in the paint, left hand finish goes, we're all tied up.
Rotuno's first step is absolutely insane. She's so quick, and I love the confidence that she's come out with in this game.
Fowler's caused some problems early operating in that pick and roll.
Yeah, and she's just so dangerous as we see this replay. What a great drive from Rotuno there, just with confidence and authority going to the bucket. But Fowler has been so good for Townsville all season. She does a bit of everything. She plays different roles. And I just like to see her continue to get more shots, be confident in herself, and continue to be a focal point of this Townsville Fire.
It says a bit about this Townsville Fire side with Fowler and Woods, both such versatile players, gives them such flexibility with their lineups.
It really does, and we was talking earlier before the game about, you know, some of the schemes they might change up, and the likes of Fowler, she literally plays 2, 3, 4, 5 out there, and, you know, Woods as well, she can defend a smaller guard or a shooting guard. And speaking of shooters, how good to see that go down.
Rotuno has been hot early. She leads all with 8 points. 14 seconds left in the first. The Fire, a chance to bring it back here. Olsen lets it fly on the triple, no good. Love the hustle under the hoop, trying to come up with it. Horvat in the game, bringing that hustle she's renowned for.
Yeah, she is, and she's a key inclusion for them.
Speaking of versatility, Horvat, another one for the Fire that can guard multiple positions. Horvat goes to the free throw line for a 2, a chance to tie it up if she makes both. We saw Townsville go to a small ball lineup. We had Fowler playing the 5 on Tuesday night.
They sure did, and To be honest, I don't think it really worked for them. Yes, on offensive transition, trying to get quicker shots from the three-point line, but Mackenzie Holmes, she was an absolute superstar in that game, and she was just able to post up anyone on that given night and go to work. But it'll be interesting to see whether or not they go to that again.
Lisa Pearley lets it go. Time beater to it. That is quarter time. It's the Geelong Venom 22 leading Townsville in this one 21. Stay with us. Plenty more to come. Thanks for being with us. Friday night WNBL action. Big double header, one quarter down is Geelong 22 leading Townsville 21. Maddie Brown, you were listening in to Geelong during the quarter break.
I was, Nathan. They were pretty impressed with how they've started. They were in the contest, but Coach Lucas said we've got to use the ball movement, speed on it. When we have the ball, we need to make the use of these pens. And you can see Pearley in the paint. Talked about that, how they're going to try and isolate her, take the pressure off Holmes a little bit as well.
Nice to see Elisa Pearley, a bit of an ace in the pack. We haven't seen her much out there for Geelong this season, so an opportunity for Chris Lucas to go to something different.
Yeah, and she's a big body. She's strong inside. She's also a great shooter. So it gives them something a little bit different, some extra size inside, which is so good. But it will take her a little bit, I think, to get used to the pace of the game and to get back into it. She's had a very unfortunate start to her WNBL career.
Beck, interesting to hear Chris Lucas talking about the ball movement, which you saw was so evident in their victory on Tuesday night.
Oh, the ball movement was so impressive. Not only the ball itself, but also players, their movement off the ball. We had the likes of Hill, Shelley penetrating, and then we saw the likes of Holmes in that dunker spot and just getting easy shots for each other.
Olsen, early bucket for Townsville to give the lead back. You mentioned Chad Selly had to sit with foul trouble early, so one player goes down. Lily Rotuno comes up and steps up big for Geelong in the first quarter.
Yeah, and she's just been great so far. She's been great all season, but we love to see her playing with the confidence that she is at this point and knocking down big shots. Nice
to see Pearley there looking at the three ball. Just finding her feet now in WNBL26 is great to see on the court. But how about Abby Ellis with the handoff to Horvath, hooping the harm. She's going to the free throw line for one.
And Horvat just plays her role to an absolute T, and obviously this Fire squad is just full of absolute studs. But she comes in, she sets her guards really good screens, she rolls hard to the basket, she cuts hard, and she rebounds the ball, and she gets after those offensive rebounds. So for me, she's almost a dark horse for the Fire. When she comes in, she's absolutely elite.
We saw she was a starter last season for Canberra, played big minutes, so pretty handy piece to have coming in deep in your bench rotation. The dime from WNBL2, I reckon she comes from the Beck Cole school of point guard energy out there. Great to see her getting pumped up. Geelong, though, slow at the half court. Townsville has started this quarter efficiently. 4 on the shot clock now for Geelong. Ratuno gets a look on the left. Can't get it to go. Townsville, they push in the other direction. Soa lets it fly, triples down, middle of Soa's cooking.
She's feeling it, and you just can't leave her open like that in transition. She's got to knock it down every single time.
Soa knows it's been a 41-degree day because she's feeling hot out there.
Just someone needs to locate the fire extinguishers. Mila Soa is letting it go. So Townsville 29 to Geelong 22. We see there Soa leading all scorers. As Townsville coming out hot to start this second quarter, Rach.
Yeah, it is. And we knew that they would do that. They'll put their foot down when they can, and they've got some great shots to start this second quarter. So now Geelong are going to have to come out, I think, change something in their on-ball defence just to try and slow this Townsville Fire offence up.
And there's a lot of weapons on that Townsville top Fire side, Beck, but I feel like rule number one has to be find Mila Soa in transition. If you give us the space, you'll let that free ball go.
Oh, you have to. And it starts again from Geelong getting good shots, like Rach said earlier, on the offensive end. If you get the right shots, even if they miss, a lot of the time you can come back in defensive transition and match up. It's so hard. You have to find right and early.
Geelong. Chance to look at their half-court set. Heel walking up, pressured full court by Ellis. Loving watching that point guard battle. 2:23s going at it. Geelong now 10 on the shot clock. Fine Holmes. The on-ball with Shyla Heel. 5 now. Heel with the step back. Triple's no good. Offensive rebound. Clinch Hoycard.
You can tell that Townsville just have really changed up their defense. They're clogging the paint, so it's really hard for Geelong to feed it inside. And you have to be impressed because Townsville allowed Geelong 56 points in the first half alone, when their average per game is almost 75 points. So credit for Townsville for executing their defense right now.
Jay Shelley back on the court. We haven't seen much of her. Great set back out there. Floater doesn't go. Holmes, 1 offensive rebound, make it 2. The ball now through hands for Geelong again. Clinch Hoycard. Knocked out of bounds by Fowler. Geelong will get it back.
Townsville have certainly upped their intensity, and you mentioned, Beck, they're clogging the paint, but they've also got great ball pressure, so it's very hard for Geelong at the moment to find the right passes, but they just need to stay composed, get back to their ball movement that we saw earlier in this game.
I might be alone on an island here as we see Shelley finding a way to the hoop, can't score. Townsville getting a chance to push off the missed shot. Soa right to the cut, can't get it to go. Big rebound. Free throws coming out for Horvat.
And again, just great trans, pushing it up to Soa, but who is it? Horvat on the offensive rebounds.
Beck, there's no better way to show your club loyalty this WNBL season than repping your favourite player's jersey. Whether you're in the stands or watching from home, you can wear it with pride. Check out this season's full range of club merch now at WNBLstore.com.au.
What one are you looking at buying, Beck?
Oh, I'll take the rainbow and buy one of every team.
I might be alone on an island here, but I love in basketball seeing people wearing the same number match up on each other. We see Ellison Hill out there. We see Clinch Hoycard and Fowler. It's like, who wears that number better? I don't know if that's...
Very niche.
Am I alone?
Yes.
Is anyone else up for that?
I guess it's very aesthetically pleasing.
I feel like if someone's wearing my number, it's like, hey, I'm the better 23 on the court tonight. All right, I'll just hang out now. I'll live by myself. Back to more relevant things. Inside to Holmes. Turnover, though. The Fire a chance to push. Foul in the half court, stopping the transition. We saw in the game Tuesday night a similar start, but we didn't see this. Second quarter, Townsville reigning in the momentum. They've come out hot early here in this second quarter, now with an 8-point lead, significant in the context of the game.
Yeah, and we know that Townsville will do that. They are one of the best teams in the competition for a reason. So they're always going to be there, and you can't ever rest against them. So now it'll be a test for Geelong to see how they can stand up whilst Townsville have upped their pressure.
It's a 9-0 run for Townsville to start this quarter to make it 30-22. Geelong looking for their first basket, 3.5 or so already gone. They might find it there with Holmes on the inside.
And again, that was a great example of side-to-side, pick and roll, get 2 feet inside the circle, and a great dump pass down to Mackenzie rolling to the basket.
You've got to love that patient when the other team's on a run, finding it big on the inside, but the Fire continuing to be hot offensively, this time through Olsen. Rotuno looking to continue her hot form from the start of the game. Now Hill getting the basket. She's fouled, bonus free throw to come.
She's just so great at that, making those tough finishes look so easy and getting herself to the free throw line.
Shyla Hill was about to say before she let the shot go, usually reliable from the free throw line. I'd sort of save it till afterwards.
Yes, good man,
Can't
good
even
man.
think it.
Cash money, Shyla Hill, 92%, second in the league in free throw percentage. The Fire executing in the half court. Soa 2 feet in the paint, gets Holmes up and under for the finish. Soa continuing her hot form.
And what poise on that. She gave not 1 shot fake, 2 shot fake, got Holmes up eventually, and then had a nice, easy bunny, but great move by Soa.
Townsville, the 7-point lead. 5:42 remaining here in the second. On the floor for Geelong, Woolley, Brett, Clinch, Hoycard, Heel and Holmes. For the Fire, it's Horvat, Soa, Woods, Fowler and Olsen. Nathan Stremper on the call with Rach, Jarry and Beck Cole. And we see a foul call there on the screen.
God, I hate that call, I think. But anyway, who would be a ref?
It's definitely been a call, though, this season that the refs have. It's been very specific. So a lot of the bigs getting called for those moving screens. So again, as a player H, we know it's beyond annoying, but you have to adapt to the way the refs are calling the game.
I just feel like you've got to be able to brace for a little bit of contact. You're setting a screen, you're trying to get your player open, and you want to be able to, you know, not get injured by making that contact. But anyway, I'll shut my mouth.
Do you not like it because you've set some physical on-ball screens yourself in your time? Townsville again getting inside. Pilley again called for the foul. Free throws coming.
Yeah, and Geelong need to now look at their on-ball defence, I think. Townsville are just getting the ball into the paint far too easily coming off the on-ball screens, and Geelong are going to have to change something up. I think their drops is way too low at the moment.
And they now have 5 team fouls with 5.5 minutes, and against a team like Townsville, you just can't give them cheapies. And then we see Pilley come off with 2 personal fouls. And again, we've said she hasn't played many games in the league. It always takes an adjustment period for the imports when they come in, and sort of the same thing happened when she versed Sydney. She couldn't play as many minutes due to her foul trouble, so I'm sure we'll probably see her sit the rest of this half out. She'll be back in the second half.
Foul trouble for Shelley, foul trouble now for Pilley. We do see Townsville getting to the free throw line much more than Geelong. Olsen causing the turnover. Chance to run again for Townsville, this time Fowler with the finish.
What great transition, but they're just the free baskets you can't give a team like Townsville, just an unforced error leading to a transition.
The beauty of basketball is we see a timeout. Townsville up by 10, 37-27. The beauty of basketball, you can have the same teams, same players 3 nights later, but the game looks a bit different, Beck Cole.
Exactly, and that's why we love sport, let alone that's why we love the WNBL, because we had 3 upsets last round. Absolutely insane. The top 3 teams all lost to the bottom of the ladder team. So you just got to give credit to the ladies out there as well, especially Townsville coming out, playing a different style of game, and Geelong need to lock in. Yes, it's only 10 points, but they need to keep it at this or get it to single digits leading into the half, because you can't give Fire any momentum.
Well, talk to us, what's the key there, Beck? You've seen Townsville go on a run this quarter. How did Geelong turn it around?
Geelong have had a couple of turnovers that have led into Townsville getting those easy transition buckets, but again, just more ball movement. That's what they need to do. Get the ball through hands, and then they need to get stops. Rach said it before. Maybe they need to change their pick and roll defense, because right now that's what is killing them on the defensive end.
Let's hear what Chris Lucas put in play to try and turn it around. Maddie Brown, you're listening into the Geelong timeout.
Yeah, well, Beck Cole, you were spot on. He talked about the pick and roll, getting up a little bit higher in their face, get off that body and leave a little bit of space so we're not getting called from the fouls. They're pretty frustrated with the calls at the moment. In offense, though, they're asked to set the pick and roll a little bit lower because the paint is so crowded. Fire, so expect to see a bit of a change in the Venom's offense there.
Scrappy play there, that one going Fire away. Rach, can you talk us through what that means? We're talking about drops, defence in the pick and roll. Chris Lucas now looking at a hard show. Can you explain what that looks like for them?
Yeah, so we've seen the big drop back into the paint. So they're sort of catching the guard coming off the on-ball, but they're so deep that the guard's getting way too far into the key, and then either a shot's opening up or they're unable to defend the roller who's getting an easy bucket. So now we're going to see, hopefully, Geelong's bigs getting up a little bit, trying to make the guards pass the ball earlier.
Let's see how they put it into practice Tuesday night. It was Townsville not applying their defensive schemes. Let's see if Geelong can respond to the timeout. It's Geelong now off the on-ball, though. Shyla Hill going to work. She gives up the dribble, 10 on the shot clock now. Woolley getting to the basket, 2 feet in the paint, shot doesn't go. Townsville a chance to run. Soa with some space to operate. Little Euro step. Foul is called. The basket counts. Free throw coming up for Soa.
And again, that's where we saw Geelong Venom at one end, as we see on the Amy replay. Soa just goes to the basket. Nice Euro and one. That's pretty.
That's nice.
But Shyla didn't use it on ball. They stayed on one side of the floor, had Woolley just go one-on-one, and it led to that transition game as well. So Venom, go back to what worked. Use that side-to-side ball movement. That looks so good.
Soa now up to 14. She is a problem for the Geelong Venom. Geelong looking to find some of the form they had Tuesday night, going inside to Holmes. Shot clock down to 8. 2-player game. Hill and Holmes. Hill the step back 3. No good. Big rebound, Rotuno. Rotuno, 2 feet in the paint. Her layup goes. Double figures for Rotuno.
They needed that one just to alleviate some of the pressure, but just credit to Townsville. It's all... Yeah, that was going down every day of the week, but Townsville, it's, you know, we talk about Geelong, what they need to do, but really it's credit to Townsville's defence. It's been stifling. They're really forcing Geelong to stay on one side of the floor, and that's creating these bad shots that we're seeing.
Mila Soa, another wide open triple. I'll say it again. Surely you are screaming in transition. Find where number 1 is.
Splish, splash, Soa.
It's not hard to work out who she is. The player with the 2 big braids, number 1 on her jersey. Someone get a hand to that shot.
Yeah, and Soa didn't shoot the ball as well against Geelong. Not only her, but the team in general. So again, for shooters like her to have that mentality of, I know the work I put in, next one's going in, and she's been great for the Fire. She leads their team in points, so she needs to be taking those shots.
Touch over 3 minutes remaining in the second. Soa's up to 17. Holmes looking to get herself going. That wasn't it. Soa, kick ahead pass. Townsville continuing to look dangerous in transition. This time Woods with some space. A little bit of happy feet turnover. Geelong ball.
And you just see a different in the offense and the way the ball is moving, as Venom is sitting at 6 assists compared to Townsville's 10. So, Rach, like you said, just a credit to the Fire's defense and what they've changed up, because it's made Venom's life quite hard on that offensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. They are clogging the paint, but they are also pressuring. They're doing really the opposite of what Geelong have been doing on the pick and roll defense. Their guards are fighting over so well. The bigs are up, and Geelong at this point in the second quarter are unable to get much off their on-ball offense because it's just sticking on one side of the floor.
Geelong operating from the baseline out of bounds. That game, two-person game we saw so effective Tuesday night. Heel and Holmes. Heel, tough finish at the basket.
Very tough finish. They need some more of that to go down, but we see it's a drive off the pick and roll straight to the basket. Much harder to defend. That lady can certainly shoot. She's been so efficient this season, and someone else they can't leave open like that.
The Townsville Fire are ridiculous in the fact that they have almost 7 players shooting over 40 to 45%, which again shows us shot selection by Townsville is incredible.
Shyla Hill continuing to cook. She's now up to double digits. Alex Fowler's a cheat code, doing it inside and now outside. This time Abby Ellis to finish at the cup. Geelong doing everything they can to stay with the Fire, but that lead stretching out to 15 now. This time Holmes gets inside. She's fouled a couple of free throws as a settler.
Yeah, they needed to get a shot to Holmes inside, so I like to see that pass, and they're just going to have to work themselves back into this game. Geelong are just going to have to try and focus on winning this last minute 45, and Townsville just want to keep pushing out this score.
Beck, you mentioned the Fire is a ridiculous 5 players in the top 30 in the league in field goal percentage, so just efficiently finishing and getting the job done out there.
Efficient is the word for the Townsville Fire, that is for sure. And again, it's just anyone's night. They might go off for 20 points, but a lot of the time they have 4 or 5 players in double figures. And when that's happening, 1, who do you guard? And 2, you're beating majority of the team. So it's credit to them to see them come back and show up tonight.
We see their clinch Hoycutt still deep drops there defensively, and the Fire able to continue to get 2 feet in the paint.
Yeah, I think that'll be something they're certainly addressing at halftime, and I would love to see them get a hard show or a trap, try something different.
They're hanging, they're keeping that lead around that 15-point mark there. Geelong continuing to counter offensively, just not able to get this one back to single digits at the moment, though.
Yeah, and I think for me, I'd want them to try and get it back to just 10 points going into this half. And obviously, Shelley went off. She's a big part of their offense and producing scoreboard pressure. And she finished their last match with 17 points and 8 assists. So she was doing it by facilitating and finding her own scores. So I think they will do a lot better as well when she is on the floor, because she also draws more defensive players.
And still only the 2 fouls for the game so far, I think, for Jazz Shelley, unless I miss one. So we should see her an opportunity to play more minutes as we get into the second half. Touch over a minute remaining in this first half. Townsville an opportunity to operate in the half-court. Fowler again from the 3-point line. He's down. 2 from 2, Alex Fowler.
Feeling it, and we're just seeing, the trademark execution from Townsville that we've been so used to this season. They're just finding their open players, passing up good shots for great shots, and it's beautiful to watch.
Alex Fowler doing it all, causing the turnover there, creating transition. Abby Ellis, the Euro, gets tied up. When you know it, though, Horvath gets hands onto it. We wait for the call on the jump ball. And you talk about efficiency. It's Alex Fowler that leads the way. 58% from the field, Beck, 4th in the league. Are you of the school of thought that if you're shooting at that percentage, you need to shoot it more? Or is it a case of kind of just doing it within the team offense?
Yeah, that is a great question. Because I know I've said sometimes when Fowler is wide open, I want her to be more selfish and shoot the ball, because it is the right shot. But also, they've been winning so many games, so keep doing what you're doing. Why change it?
Townsville now out to 18 going to the timeout, 37 seconds remaining. Rach, what do you think for Geelong? How do they just draw this one back in?
Well, they just need to focus on getting a stop and a score and just taking a little bit of momentum into half-time. So I'd like to see a little bit more pressure on the pick and roll defense, but whether that changes now or not, but just some more ball pressure, some more grunt in that defensive end, and then just down the other end, like we've harped on about all game, just ball movement, side to side, getting the ball inside to Mackenzie Holmes.
Beck Cole, what do you make of it?
I'm just impressed with Townsville, the way that they've fought back. But as we've seen their shooting percentages, they're more the Townsville Fire that we know of. They're shooting the 3 ball at 60%, much better than their last game, which we know can make or break games this season. And again, inside the arc, 67%. So Fire not doing much wrong when it looks like you're about to score 106 points this game.
Expert insights from Beck Cole and Rach Jarry. How about that for an out-of-bounds play? Chantel Horvat with the finish. Nathan Stremp on the call with you. 24 seconds left in the half. Townsville 55, a 20-point lead on Geelong. Heck of a bounce back so far in the first half for Townsville. Tying up heel there. Geelong will get another look at it, 9 on the shot clock.
And again, that's great D. Hill was so effective going downhill off those on balls. She had the 25 points last game. So that's almost what Venom need to do to the Fire guards.
4-second differential on the game in shot clock. Holmes was tripped. You can see the frustration on the face of the Fire players. The foul's called though.
Little bailout call, a little lucky on that possession to be getting foul shots, but you know, Geelong need to finish this and then come up with a stop. 7 seconds is still plenty of time for Townsville to get a good shot. So Geelong need to take some momentum into this halftime break.
Holmes pegs one back, an opportunity to eat away at this Townsville lead. We saw Jazz Shelley throwing up a little what the hell going into the halftime on Tuesday night. What do you make of it? Can we do it again here? 7 seconds, Beck.
Oh, Shelley, what the hell, he was an iconic shot, but again, not surprised that Coach Shannon Seabohm called a timeout. He's going to draw up a play for the Fire to execute. 7 seconds is a long time. I'm not going to lie, I'm looking for them to go to a pick and roll. Surely
Chris Lucas subs in Jazz Shelley for this last 7 seconds. Says Jazz, you did it Tuesday night, make a play again.
Just tells her to get on, get a steal, and another Shelley, what the hell?
Townsville a chance to respond. Who do you go to?
Right now, I would be going who's on the floor, Mila Sowar and Alex Fowler. And then you have Olsen as well, spotting up for those 3-point shots, Abby Ellis as well. Again, 7 seconds is a long time, but who do you defend when you have Sowar and Fowler in a pick and roll?
I don't know.
What was that? I don't know. Yeah. Pick your poison. And
50-50.
Townsville by 18. We wait to see 7 seconds coming out of the timeout. Fans showing up in Geelong to support the home side. We know it's a super hot night. Thoughts to people out there with fires going on in the area, but nice and cool inside the stadium. 7 seconds here. They find Ellis at half court. She'll get a look at it. She's got some space. No-look dime. Picked off. Brett will get a look for Geelong. No, they've tied it up. We go to half-time. A little bit of a scrappy one. 2 times we thought it was going to happen. Didn't quite get there. Townsville 55, leading Geelong 37. I thought we were going to get a nice look there. Beck, Abby Ellis, a no-look dime. Didn't quite come off.
I know sometimes you just need to do it the simple way, but again, credit Townsville Fire. They've come out 55 points in the first half. It's like the tables have been turned, and what Geelong did to the Fire, Fire are now doing to Geelong.
And a huge part of that has been Mila Soa. She's had 17 and 2 so far, and Maddie Brown's got her courtside.
Yeah, Mila, a huge first half by you, shooting the absolute lights out. It's a much impressive team performance for that half.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is our team identity, so we're definitely happy with it, but we've got to come out far in the second half and not let up, yeah.
The defensive pressure and intensity is right there on every second pass. Has that been something that you've spoken about?
Yeah, definitely. I think our defence was lacking last game, and that was one of the things we wanted to work on, so we're doing a great job, but again, yeah, can't let up now, yeah.
Looking forward to seeing you in the second half.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Maddie. Milasoa, as the name suggests, has been on fire in the first half with 17. Stay with us. We will wrap it up and talk it through after this. It's Townsville 55, leading Geelong Venom 37.
These basketballs right here, you're trying to win them for the crowd, okay? So every basketball that splits the middle of those two pins right down there goes out into the crowd, okay? So, gonna get you all the line up right here. We are going free throw line to free throw line, one at a time. I'll get you to step up, grab a ball. Who's up first? Up to the free throw line right here. I'll head on down and grab the ball. You're just trying to follow between those pins. Straight up the guts. That's your job. Let's see if we can get a full 10 basketballs for the crowd to give away. Ready? 3, 2, 1, ball it. Ooh, see, it's a little harder than it looks. Alrighty-o. Up next, trying to get our first ball for the crowd right here. This is looking good. Oh, it hit the post. No, just short. Here we go. Oh, it's coming. That is straight. We have got one for the crowd. Here we go. Oh, it's looking like it's going to hit the poster again. Oh, we've got one though. That's okay. Little bit. This post is, it's getting all of them, this post. What's going on here? Rightio. Up again. It's looking good. It's looking good. Oh, see? You think that it's easy. And then all of a sudden, they just knock themselves out. We've got one. And this one, I don't even have to move. Nice and straight. 2 for the crowd. How many we got left? 3 basketballs to come. That is an aggressive shot. It is. Roll it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to count that one because it hit both the pins. So that can happen. That can happen. I'm changing the rules. Nice and slow, but it's the post again. It's okay. Last one. Here we go. For a 4. We got 4. Big shout out to our Try Boys basketballers. Get on over here and I'll give you your prizes right here next to Pop Culture. My goodness, it looks so easy, but then all of a sudden, it's maybe not as easy as you think. But I tell you what, we've got 4 basketballs to throw out to the crowd, so we'll get that going for you real soon. Okay. Let's get some music happening. Throw some basketballs in.
That's just our style.
Thanks for being with us for Friday night WNBL action, and the Townsville Fire have come out hot, as the name suggests. 55 points in the first half. They lead the Geelong Venom 37. Great Shari, what a way to bounce back after they copped the nail on Tuesday night.
Oh, absolutely. It's absolutely everything they would wanted, and we look at the stats there. Shooting at 66% is insane. And keeping, Geelong to that 37 points after they were so deadly on Tuesday is going to be super impressive for Shannon.
As we look at the Hungry Jacks highlights, no doubt there'll be a lot of Townsville Fire in this one, Bet Cole. They have been hot early.
They really have, and they've actually had 6 less shot attempts to Geelong, but it shows with their shooting percentage how well they're finding each other. And again, a credit. In that second quarter, Townsville only let Geelong have 15 points. On the other hand, the Fire had 34. So it shows defense is what is winning games.
And I mentioned a lot of Townsville. What we saw in the first quarter, Geelong were red hot. They led the game at quarter time, but it was a case of Townsville shutting them down during the second quarter and then creating that transition opportunities on the break.
Yeah, absolutely. Townsville are sitting at 12 fast break points to Geelong's 0. So I think that's just a huge difference in the game at the moment, but it really has stemmed from their defence. They really put the pressure on, lots of ball pressure whilst also packing the paint, and Geelong found it really hard to score in that second quarter.
As we're going through the highlights, there's evidence the depth of the Townsville Fire. One of their players who has been red hot tonight has been Alex Fowler. We look at the Blackmores head-to-head, comparing her game to Mackenzie Holmes, who came off 30 points on Tuesday night.
Exactly, and credit to Fire. They've shut Holmes down to still 11.5 is good for anyone, but she's been MVP rolling this season. So they've done a great job on her and only 0 assists. She's normally finding her teammates as well, so they're definitely packing the paint. And Fowler, well, she was the woman who was trying to help her team get back in their last game against Geelong. And again, she's such a versatile player. She's not Miss Congeniality, she's Miss Efficiency, and she's doing it well.
Very good. We saw her dominating inside early and then hitting the outside shot late in that second quarter. The other player who's been hot for Townsville has been Miller Soa, 17 points in the first half. Let's have a look at how she's gone about it out there.
Yeah, she's just been so great. We know as soon as she's open, she's going to let that 3-ball fly, and so efficient from out there. And this lady on the other end, Lily Ratuno, has been so impressive as well, really, you know, playing with confidence and authority and getting inside. We know Townsville are probably sitting a little bit off her to try and dare her to shoot. She's taking her opportunities.
We see that comparison of Mila Soa and Lily Ratuno's game. With Ratuno, we talked earlier, she had 8 points in the first quarter, about how she had the opportunity to step up with less focus on her after they focused on Charlie Hill with having 25 on Tuesday night, Beck.
Yeah, it's been really impressive. I love that she wasn't producing on the scoreboard in their first matchup just the other day, but now she comes here full of confidence, attacking the basket. Now Townsville have to change their defence, but we saw in that shot chart both women doing it great inside and outside in today's game.
Well, it's Townsville leading this one at half-time, but there's another half still to play, so stay with us. We'll see how Chris Lucas and the Geelong Venom look to bounce back after this.
And I love it. Want some more? I'm up in my zone, touching the sky, feeling the flow, and I love it. And I love it.
Thanks for being with us on a Friday night. It is the Townsville 5:55 leading the Geelong Venom. The second half is coming up in moments, but down courtside, Maddie Brown, she has found an Australian legend, 2011 Tour de France winner, Cadel Evans.
I have Nathan. Cadel Evans. Well, I mean, you said let's not talk basketball because you're not an expert in it, but how good is community sport here in Geelong?
I'm really here as a dad with my son, and just the game is great, but then you have everything else as well on the show and the whole atmosphere. It's amazing. My son, I'm going to be hard pressed to top this night for him.
Well, you said you know a lot about cycling, and you're very, well known for pressure moments on the world stage in cycling. How are you seeing them take on the pressure moments out there?
Yeah, I suppose there are some similarities in all sports, and it's staying calm and staying focused on what you need to do is the main thing in those moments. But yeah, obviously being from Geelong, I'd like to see the points go a little bit the other way.
Now, a big race, the Cadel Evans Great Ocean Road Race, coming up. It's an 11th year, Jan 31st to Feb 1st coming up. Tell us more about the event.
Yeah, for this year, 2026, the biggest thing for me is it's the first time we're going to have all of the World Tour teams in the world, so we're going to have the best and most competitive field that we've ever had in the 10 editions, and that's really going to change everything for our race and just be at another level than anywhere that we've been before.
It's great to bring the world into our beautiful region, but Shallambra Crescent is where a few of them get really tested. Is there someone to watch who can absolutely bolster up that hill?
It's well, last year we had the first winner who went away solo from Shallambra and stayed away. It's been tried many times before, but yeah, they come from all around the world, and it all comes down to Shallambra normally, and whether they can make it there and then be in a little group sprint at the finish, or like Maro Schmid did in 2025, go away solo and win it solo.
Now, it's not all about the pros either. It's a real family affair as well. You've got some family events earlier in the week.
Yeah, we have a Friday kids event, family ride, which is free for everyone. Feel free to sign up. Thanks to Geelong Port, and then of course we have the women's race, midweek race, men's and women's Pro Series racing, and the World Tour on the Saturday, Sunday, and a public ride for middle-aged men in Lycra like myself.
So you're going to be a busy man at the end of this month. Got a tip for tonight? Can the Venom get back?
I'm really hoping, but it's looking like an uphill battle from here on in.
Well, thank you very much, and all the best for your event coming up shortly.
Thank you so much.
Great chat there, Maddie Brown. All the cyclists at home are feeling great that Cadel Evans called himself a mammal. But it's great to see Australian world-class athletes enjoying what the WNBL brings.
It really is, and especially other amazing athletes who have never experienced the sport before come to the game, and it just shows how much growth in women's sport, but also women's basketball here in Australia. But it's Townsville who currently have the yellow jersey. Can Geelong get it back?
Oh, nice cycling reference there. You know a bit about cycling. Here's the shot chart looking at how Townsville are getting it done.
Just getting it done from everywhere, aren't they? Just all over the floor, and a lot of that is to do with Mila Sower and Alex Fowler just being found in the right spot, hitting their shots. But a little bit of red down there for Geelong. Hopefully they can get their eye in a little bit more, but they just need to continue to try and get the right shot.
Look at that bulk of shots just under the free throw line for Townsville. That's all coming off that on-ball 2 feet in the paint. Look at the finish.
Yeah, and Shannon has previously said he doesn't love the mid-range shots that Townsville get, but these ones are just so easy at the moment. They're getting into that paint. They're getting a great look at the rim, so I think he would be happy with the shots that they're taking.
Well, I think that shot chart's reflective of that drops coverage that Geelong were in. Beck, talk to me about mindset here. If you're Geelong, you're down. You had a big win Tuesday night, emotional win. How do you come and attack this second half?
You can't come out defeated like the game's over, because it's not. There's still 20 minutes. We know anything can happen, and they need to come out firing. It all starts on the defensive end. They would have gone into half-time, made changes to those pick-and-roll defenses. Now what you want to do is execute. And again, a coach can never be unhappy with you if you give effort.
We look for the effort now. It's all on the line. Home fans have showed up, ready for the Geelong Venom to show out as we're underway in the second half. It's Ratuno, Shelley, Hill, Pilly and Holmes on the floor for Geelong. Sower, Woods, Froling, Fowler and Ellis for the Fire. Nathan Stremple on the call with Rachel Jarry and Beck Cole, and hello, Jazz Shelley's back in the game.
Oh, got it.
Just a little ankle breaker there.
And great to see Shelley back on. They need her out there, so she needs to stay clean at the defensive end and keep being aggressive on offense.
Geelong still in the deep drops there, off-rolling. Pilly picking up late, unable to stop Woods at the cup.
Yeah, well, it doesn't appear they've changed much, but particularly when the Frolling's defender is sagging off her so much that even if you are in a hard show, it takes a long time to come up to that on-ball screen. So you almost have to be in a drops if you're going to sag off that far.
Speaking of sagging off, Courtney Woods gave Ratuno all sorts of space. She moved the ball and found Hill, though.
And again, great pick and roll action there. But I'd still love to see Ratuno shoot that shot, but in the right time in the offense.
Enjoying the chess match here. Some players getting given a bit of space. Shyla Hill and Abby Ellis giving each other no room at all. Fowler looking to pick up where she left off in the first half. Hill with the rebound. Geelong a chance to push the tempo a little. Nice pass inside for Holmes. Great double team from the Fire. Back outside to Shyla Hill. Get a chance to think it over. Two-person game with Peely. Peely's fouled. She'll get free throws to find some rhythm. Alicia Froling obviously very happy with the call there, Beck.
Yeah, she didn't like that one, did she? Sorry, Beck, I just took it from me, but she didn't like that one. But good to see Peely get herself to the line just to try and work herself into this game. But I think on that last possession, Holmes might have missed Ratuno wide open in the corner.
As Peely goes to the line, one beat, one city, all ball Hoops Fest tips off in Perth next week. On Thursday, see all NBL and WNBL teams do battle at RAC Arena, Australasia's biggest basketball, culture and lifestyle festival. Will once again take over Western Australia with all the big stars, including Bryce Cotton there, as well as NBA legend Allen Iverson. Get your tickets now. Scan that QR code on the screen or visit hoopsfest.com.au. We're not talking about practice, Allen Iverson, we're talking about games. And we're back at it with this one. Courtney Woods continuing to find her way to the cup.
And she just needed that warm-up game in her first one back, and you can tell her body's back into it. She feels more confident, and she's just been all class in those pick and roll offenses. But speaking of Hoop Fest, I was there last year, and it was amazing having the WNBL and NBL on at the same time as we see Shelley with a classic, just her, I want to say it's vintage, and she's still so young, but she loves a floater game. And it's so good having both NBL, WNBL together, like you said. It's all about the culture, the music, the basketball, and also we have top-of-the-table clashes in the first few games there in the WNBL. So if you want blockbuster, you need to watch Hoop Fest. You need to buy tickets.
Geelong versus, Bendigo versus Perth, opening game for the WNBL at Hoops Fest. Inside to Abby Ellis. We talk about chess matches with coaches too. Lily Ratuno led all scorers in the first quarter. They sagged off her in that quarter. Shannon Seabohm has gone right back to her. Watch Courtney Woods giving Lily Ratuno all sorts of space at the offensive end.
Yeah, and they do that for two reasons. Courtney Woods is such a good reader of the play that she can help off, and they're just daring her to shoot. They know that they've got other dangerous players that they would prefer to go to, but Geelong just need to take what's open. Lily Ratuno needs to be confident. She's played such a great game so far, and just to continue to shoot.
You mentioned Courtney Woods looking good. It was her steal that led to that Abby Ellis 3-ball. Townsville are looking hot.
And it's good to see Ellis get going. She's been quiet for a few games here, and she does a great job on the defensive end. She's always up and in the backcourt, leads her team, starts the plays, but to see her score a few more points, she has 11 tonight, really helps her team.
Ball through hands again, late clock for Geelong. Peely looking to find a way. They've called the shot clock violation on that one. The Fire will get it back. Here's the Amy replay. You see Woods, hands in the lane, setting off the Fire in transition. Soa unselfishly finds Abby Ellis with all the time in you like on the Amy replay.
If you looked up Townsville Fire in the dictionary, you'd see that play.
That is trademark Townsville Fire basketball. Courtney Woods gets away with a little push off. Wait to see who the call's on there. Froling setting the screen. Judge Shelley defensively. She's already got 3. The crowd don't like it. Listen to the noise. It sounds like that one's called on Judge Shelley.
It's probably probably a fair call, I think, in the end, but maybe they missed a little bit of a push-off from Woods earlier, so who knows? I would not be a ref. I can't even tell from a slow-mo replay.
You always want the first one called, but it was the two of you complaining about fouls called on the screener, so that one did go the other way. Soa finds the space. Free ball this time, no good. Big rebound, Alex Sharp.
And it's great to see Sharp back in the lineup. She missed their last game due to illness. And again, she's just a workhorse for the Venom. So if she can be utilised, because again, another versatile player.
Ellis able to get hands on a heel. That's continuing to be a great battle.
Oh, dear.
Rolling and heel going at it. Little bit of feeling in this one now, girls.
That's what it means to these players, but hopefully they can just calm their heads now. We don't want to see it get out of control.
Both players going for it. Few words of just excitement out there. I feel like that's not the first time I've seen Heel and Froling go at it with passion as well. Those two names have over the years been well known as competitors.
Both very competitive, aren't they, Beck?
They sure are, and we've seen Froling sort of be on the end of the last few possessions of some physicality, so we all know as a player, once that's happened, you're boiling up to this. And again, Heel, they're both just aggressive players.
What you love seeing is we talk about the top three coming through in the WNBL now, but we saw upsets in this last round. And this game, 18 points in it, but neither player or neither team taking a backward step. The spread of talent and the passion in this league is something to be said for it.
Yeah, and I think, you know, those upsets do speak to that. I think every team now knows they can come in, and if it's your night, you're going to win. So it just adds that extra layer, and you know, I do love the physicality and the effort. We obviously don't want to see it escalate into too much physical confrontation, but, you know, Shyla's just trying to stand up for herself and her team. She feels like she was hard done by on a couple of possessions, and she's not going to take a backward step, even if it's against, you know, someone a bit taller than her.
And you see Alicia Froling there just stuck in a passionate conversation with the referee, trying to, and Chris Lucas talking with the other referee as well, trying to work out how they interpreted that one, take a moment to work it all out.
I just think that should be a double technical, the end.
Yeah, and play on, let's get back to the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And the technical foul on Alicia Froling, her third personal foul, and second team foul for Townsville. Two technicals.
Well, there you go.
Oh, should be a referee. Just kidding, never. Too stressful.
I
Too
actually
stressful.
would love to see that, Ben Cole. You just talking players through it out there, whistling your mouth, having fun. Abby Ellis walks straight through, lays it up to stretch that lead back to 20.
I tell you what, when something like that happens on the court, there's no better feeling for your team as getting that next bucket or getting the next stop. So that would feel really good for the Townsville Fire.
Holmes double team down low. Potentially something that might spark Geelong to get back in this one. It's the Fire, though, early, coming off the mini break there. Ellis can't get the layup to go. Ratuno pushing for the Venom. Brett exploring, ball through hands, as has been the case with Geelong offensively. Shot clock now down to 10. Sharp isolated one-on-one versus Soa. Clinch Hoycart a little bit of space, doesn't get the three ball to go. Three Townsville players share it, now they're off and pushing. Good ball movement for the Fire, plenty of space for Soa, nothing but net. She's up to 20.
And again, that came from Geelong being stagnant, not really knowing where the ball was. Offensive transition for Fire.
Townsville 66, Geelong 44. Stay with us. So Chris Lucas there just trying to work out what to do, but you see on the screen there, Jazz Shelley, Shyla Hill now both with 4. That technical hurt Shyla with her 4th, and Pili with 3. So foul trouble hurting Geelong as they're trying to find a way back into this one.
Yeah, it does make it tough, but I think, you know, at some point in the game, like this, you're down 22, you probably just got to throw them in there and throw caution to the wind and just see if you can edge your way back in, and don't worry if they fell out.
And then two of your top scorers in your team. So, like Rach said, I agree, you just need to put them out there, see what happens, especially being down by this much.
Coming out of the timeout now, let's see the adjustments for Geelong. Can they come up with something just to edge this, get it back towards a single-digit game going to three-quarter time? Two-player game there, Ratuno and Holmes. Big offensive rebound, Holmes. That'll help. Bonus free throw to come.
And that's good by Lily Ratuno. You know, even though that was a little bit of a wild shot, she had Froling on her, so it's going to be an easy rebound for Holmes in there. So it's almost like an assist, although it won't go down on the stat sheet as that, but good to see her get in there.
Just the free shots, isn't it, Rach? When you know the bigs come over to help, good chance at an offensive rebound, you can shoot it with confidence. Ellis guarded full court by Ratuno. Loving seeing the guards go at all game with the full court pressure. Ball through hands for Townsville. Now the on ball from Froling. 6 on the shot clock. Townsville needed to create something. Ellis lets it fly. Big triple for Townsville.
That's not a night for Ellis. And she's been great, looking for her own shot as well as facilitating the ball. This will be a good confidence game for her.
Geelong looking to find some rhythm. Ratuno outside to Brett, gets the look at it.
Again, Flight shooting from the three-point line at 57% and two-point land 68% with 15 assists. Make it 16!
Again, finding Soa for the triple.
I just don't know why her players even looking to help offer in that situation. Stay glued to her. That is a certain three as soon as she touches it.
It's so tough, though. It's the result of that Townsville ball movement, just creating opportunities and then doing it at the defensive end, Alex Fowler. Soa now getting a push in transition. So they pick up Soa now. Ellis with some space and opportunity to penetrate. Layup doesn't go. Townsville get it back via Froling. Hard close out on Soa, gives her an opportunity to penetrate. Foul on Ratuno.
And that was a smart basketball play. She just made the last 500 three-pointers. So now the defender closes out to her and she get a rip drive to the basket. Just a smart IQ play.
On that note, how about the evolution of Mila Soa? We saw her go from Perth to Townsville thinking that was the best way to elevate her game. Top 5 in the league in scoring, leading the league in three-pointers made by a long way. We've seen her really progress this season, Beck.
Yeah, we really have, and she really enjoyed her time at Perth on and off the court, and she just thought the best place to go to keep developing her game, because she had goals of, you know, making the Australian Opals team, still the 3x3 Kangaroos, and who better than Shannon Seabom for what he's done for certain guards. So she thought that was the right place for her, and it really, it's proven that it's been super successful for her.
On that note of the evolution of Mila Soa, we've seen Sandy Briley-Dello at games throughout the season. Rach, you played for the Opals at the Olympics in 2012. I mean, very interesting selections coming around that next Olympic Games with a bit of a transition you'd expect into the team.
Oh, absolutely. We've got so many great young players coming through. Mila Soa clearly being one of them that's going to be pushing her case for selection in the squad and beyond. But man, I would not want Sandy's job trying to narrow down that team. We've just got so many great players to choose from that are also in great form at the moment, both here and overseas.
It's a pleasure to watch the depth of talent. Obviously a World Cup coming before the next Olympic as well. Maddie Brown, you've got some insights for us courtside.
Yeah, well, the Geelong Venom don't need any more luck. There's a lot of players in some foul trouble, but Elizabeth just went behind closed doors with medical staff, having a bit of an injury concern. She's back out on the side of the court on the bike, but she's someone who they could definitely use for some extra minutes with some of those main stars in some foul concerns.
Oh, let's hope Alyssa Brett's okay. I remember earlier this season talking to Chris Lucas about the number of black cats that must have been in Geelong. We saw the tragic injury with Gemma Potter. Alyssa Pilley's hardly played. Let's hopefully there's nothing keeping Alyssa Brett out there.
Yeah, you just feel like Geelong haven't really been able to get a good run at it this season, unfortunately. They've had some heartbreaking losses, tough injuries, and, you know, just a little bit up and down in form recently. But I think when they're playing their best, they're a great team to watch.
On that note, Rotuno space, the 3-ball is down. Let that fly, Lily Rotuno.
Absolutely. You know, the game is what it is at the moment. She's just got to be confident, let that go. She's such a great shooter when she's open like that.
It does mess with you, though, when someone gives you that much space. It's like the ball hasn't moved. Do I just let it go with no pass, or do I have to run through the offense before I get a look at it?
And it's different if you are not a good shooter and that is not your cup of tea, because really the coach probably doesn't really want you to shoot that every time down the court. But Rotuno is. She's proved it so far this season. And she just needs to, exactly like you said, in this part of the game, be confident, shoot it. And sometimes you need to take it personal. Put some respect on my name.
Have either ever experienced that, where you start going, maybe I'm not a good shooter. Why are they leaving me open?
100%. When I was younger, I wasn't a great shooter from the outside, and certainly teams would sag off me. It's one of the reasons that, you know, I worked hard to try and be able to just become a respectable shooter from the outside. But it does mess with you, and particularly if you miss one and then you start to second guess yourself. That's why, you know, I love watching our stars, someone like Milisoa, who maybe misses one or two but knows that she's going to come back and make the next one. That's the evolution of a shooter, is when they get to that level, that's when I think they really can take their game, you know, to another level.
Someone cut that up and put it on a reel for all the young girls watching at home. 2012 Olympian Rach Jarry. Wasn't a great shooter when I was young, but I just went to work and became an Olympian one day.
I was just a driver. I just used to get in there, be physical, push people around,
and get annoyed.
Get my offensive rebounds.
And get annoyed when they call you foul on the screen.
Yeah.
Sharp to the free throw line to try and find some rhythm for herself personally and for Geelong, trying to grind back in this one. Under 30 seconds now remaining in the third. Almost spoke into being there, just another...
Oh, that one I'll accept, when a guard tries to set a screen like that.
Oh, moving? So the forwards and the centres allowed to do it, the guards kick off for the moving screen?
Yeah.
Come on, Rachel.
Geelong, one last look at it for this quarter. Rotuno assessing her options. Waits for the on-ball to come. Peely sets it, guarded by Olsen. Hard show from Horvat. In rotation now, 4 seconds left. Woolley, look at it, doesn't get it to go. That'll be all there is for the 3 quarters of this one. It's Townsville 76. They lead Geelong Venom 52. Stay with us, more to come after this.
Right
Friday night WNBL action. Townsville Fire 76. They lead the Geelong Venom 52. Nathan Stremple joined by Rachel Jarry and Beck Cole on this one. 1 quarter remaining. Geelong looking for answers. We started off with the Fire. They look to execute in the half court. Horvat with space to operate. Lefty layup doesn't go. Froling gets hands to it. Another opportunity for the Fire. Olsen off the on ball. Mid-range jumper, no good. Big rebound, Shyla Hill. She's got 4 fouls. Geelong's last roll of the dice with Hill on 4, Peely on 4. My apologies, Peely not on the 4 fouls there. I think she is on 3, but it is the Fire now going to work. Looking inside, Geelong tie them up. Shelley looking to push, Soul with hands on it. Fire now an advantage the other way. Scrappy start to the 4th quarter so far. Fire ball movement looking for an opportunity. Shot clock now single digits. Soul 2 feet in the paint. She's tied up. Neither side able to wrestle an advantage in this first minute or so. Peely the triple. Woods creating an advantage for Townsville. Walks down Main Street. Peely with a foul. 2 free throws coming. Maddie Brown, you've got some insight courtside.
Yes, Coach Chris Lucas was talking about belief at the 3-quarter time break. He said, I believe you've got to start to believe to the Venom. So really strong words there. He said we've got to protect the paint, and it starts in our defensive pressure. Get up in their faces, get up in the lanes, start to build some pressure, try and get some turnover ball, and then in attack, we've got to get back to that ball speed, that movement. So strong words from the coach there. Can the Venom respond?
I'm all for Chris Lucas talking about belief. The Townsville Fire lead the league in 3-point percentage at 39%. They're shooting it tonight at 60%. It's pretty hard to beat a team when they shoot the triple at 60%.
Oh, it sure is, and Peely will be so glad that went down. It's got to feel good just to see one go through the net, and we know that's something she's been so successful with in college and over in the WNBA. But the Townsville Fire, when you're shooting at that percentage, you're winning most games. We've seen it a lot this season, and most teams haven't actually been shooting the 3-ball as well as previous seasons, but the Fire are just flaming hot tonight.
I'm going to give you an update on Courtney Woods' hamstring too. Looks pretty good as she continues to walk in for another layup. Courtney Woods looking back to that form we saw early in the season. That time Lucy Olsen walking down the paint, able to nail that mid-range shot. Look at her filling out the stat sheet there. 6, 5 and 5. We go to a timeout. It's Townsville 82, Geelong 55.
And you go. Sorry, Beck. They just look like they're having so much fun when they play like this, and it's just such a joy to watch them when they are just playing as a team. Everyone's contributing. They're passing the ball. They're cutting with purpose, and they're defending down the other end.
And Woods, like we said, she just needed a warm-up game coming back from that hamstring, and Rach, you and I have said how she is a glue player as well for the Fire, and she does it in every category.
Yeah.
And she went from 0 points to now she has 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists and 3 steals. She does it everywhere, so it's great to see her back, and again, Townsville just back into the form that we know that they've shown all season.
Lily Ratuno with the see there, 3 of 3 from the 3-point line.
Shoot them more.
Get them up if they're going to step off. Rach, talk to us about Geelong, about the emotion of such a big win on Tuesday night and then backing up 3 nights later. Sometimes that can give you momentum, but sometimes that can be a bit draining, I imagine.
Well, I mean, it's been roller coaster couple of games for them, coming off a 40-point loss to Southside and then backing it up with a win against Townsville. So in Townsville, so there is a little bit of that emotion, but that's part of sport. You don't want to get too high and you don't want to get too low. You just want to try and stay steady. And you know, they would have come back. They know Townsville would have come out with this intent that they've seen, but they just have not been able to match it with their execution tonight.
Bucket, Shyla Hill, that's what we saw a lot of Tuesday night. She hasn't quite got rolling the same way tonight. She is up to 15 for the game. Olsen with the ball carrying duties now for the Fire. She's able to get to the cut for the layup. Townsville stretching this one out now. It's getting away from Geelong. Continuing to show patience in the half court, though. Ball movement finds space there. Ratuno let that one go. Her first miss for the game from beyond the arc. Soa now finding Froling with all sorts of space.
Just a bit of miscommunication there from Venom on that pick and roll, and a great pass from Soa.
I think I know what will be on the review of Geelong's game, and it'll be a lot of pick and roll defense.
I feel like that might be on most people's review after they played the Townsville Fire, the #1 team in the league in pick and roll offense, and they're just so clinical in the way, and it helps with the pieces they've got to work with, but they are clinical at picking teams apart with that pick and roll.
They are. They've got the players that can do it as well, and they just make the great decisions. And, you know, we talked about Courtney Woods being back in the lineup. Helps them so much with that, but, you know, it'll be interesting to see. They've got another game this round against Southside, and Southside have had some success against them with switching and different on-ball defenses, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in that game as well.
Jo Shelley, limited influence tonight with foul trouble. She gets 2 to take her to 6 for the game. Beck Cole, talk to us about that Townsville Fire pick and roll offense. Trying to stifle them, what do you think is the best defensive scheme to try and limit their effectiveness out of the pick and roll?
Oh, this is why I'm not a coach, because I don't even want to answer that question. But this is why they're so good, because you have to pick your poison. They have 5 people on the floor who can score and who are selfless. So you have to decide, what do we want to give up? And we accept that if they score off that way, hey, that's what we've wanted and we've executed our scheme well. Then if you know, okay, they're scoring way too much, we have to change up our defense. But that's why the Fire are so good.
I like that answer, Beck. Sort of answered it, didn't want to answer, but answered it without answering it.
Yeah, you forced me to.
I think the summary of that answer is the Townsville Fire are really good.
Yeah, period.
Heel now, looking to peg it back a little for Geelong. Look at the pick and roll themselves. Clinch Hoycard, pressure there from Soa. Heel from deep. The Venom get it back. Jo Shelley finding a way to have an influence in the last quarter. Great to see the full court pressure from Geelong continuing to stay in the game. The Fire still able to get 2 feet in the paint, though. The Soa layup doesn't go. Big rebound, Alicia Froling. Alicia Froling contributing in a number of ways as we go to a timeout. It's Townsville 89, leading Geelong 61. Rach Jarry, what do you make of it from here? Touch over 5 remaining. Where do you go to in a game like this?
You know, well, Geelong just have to go. Like, this game is probably just beyond reach at this point, but they're going to want to play with some pride. They know that they can match it with Townsville. We saw that earlier this week. They want to come out and give themselves some momentum to finish this game. We've seen them, you know, in recent weeks sort of peter out of games and let it blow far out. They don't want that to happen tonight. They've got a packed house there in Geelong. They want to show their fans that they can fight out the rest of this game. And so it's little goals. Let's get 3 stops in a row. Let's get a good shot every time down the floor. Those little things, work together as a team, find the open shooter, and they'll be able to peg this back a little bit.
As we look at what's to come too, we saw the Townsville Fire in the next 4 matches. 2 games against the Southside Flyers coming up there. That'll tell us a lot whether the Flyers are in the mix there when it comes to that top 4.
Oh, it really will, and they're sitting 4th at the moment, above Canberra due to percentage. So they've been on a roll right now. They've won their last 3 games, I think it is, and they've been playing some good basketball. Hayley Peters back in the lineup after her shoulder injury. She's been great for them with that 3-headed monster, Bourne George and Peters, and then of course Rochi's having a great season right now. So again, really good opportunity for the Flyers, but Townsville, 2 games against them. Their games they're going to want to win, as well as Perth, who, again, what a blockbuster matchup.
Forcing the game for some minutes. Triple doesn't go. Big rebound, Olsen. Forster again finds Olsen. Fire with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Olsen lets it go. Rotuno looking to push for Geelong. Assesses the options inside to Holmes. Double team comes. Holmes gets the ball movement. Shelley. No good on this occasion. Olsen carries for the Fire. Talk about the versatility of the Fire. Just so many ball-carrying options for the Fire guards as well. The depth there at guards of Olsen as she finds Horvat from deep. Olsen, Ellis, Woods, Soa can carry. They've got plenty of options there at the guard position.
They certainly do, and they all make great decisions, you know, when the ball is in their hand, and they're also all able to score. It makes it really hard to defend.
Shyla Hill double team forced out of her hands there, and that will be 5th foul for Shyla Hill. She knows it. Doesn't break stride, makes her way off. A big night for Shyla, having 25 on Tuesday night. Tonight, things didn't quite go her way. Still a significant contribution for the Venom, though, with 15 and 3.
Yeah, she worked hard. She got some great shots in coming off the on-ball downhill, making her, you know, sort of trademark tough layups and trying to get to the foul line. But, you know, I think they'll all be a little bit disappointed tonight. But I feel like Geelong have come out with the right intent. They just haven't been able to execute, and that's really down to how Townsville have played. They've played like the Townsville that we've seen all season and just been so locked in at both ends.
And missing at the start of the season with a knee. It's great to see Shyla back in form and in the league and contributing. 7th in the league in scoring with 16.5 a game. It's good to see Shyla Hill out in the court.
Yeah, it is. And last game against Townsville, it was good to see her get her first win as well in the Venom jersey. And knowing how hard she worked with the team and to get back on court, getting a win with a group that you can tell their culture is good and that they all get along and want to play for each other. So it would have been nice for Shyla to, wear that jersey with pride and get a win with her teammates.
Great to see Alyssa Brett back on the court too, so bouncing back after that potential injury scare earlier. Lily Rotuno this time getting to the cut for the finish. Takes herself up to 15 for the game. We go to a timeout. It's Townsville 89, Geelong 63. What do you make of timeouts late in the game like this, guys? Are you wanting this one to keep moving, or is this an opportunity to execute, just thinking towards what's coming next?
You look at my list of basketball icks. Late timeouts in a blowout is my #1. Used to hate them as a player.
Wait a second, I'm just getting my pen right, fouls called on the screener, but only if they're a forward or centre, but guards, it's okay, and timeouts, late blowouts.
I'm a hypocrite, but it's fine. It makes sense in my own head. But look, I mean, both coaches still, you know, want to get things out of this last 3 minutes, so I understand why timeouts get called, but as a player, you're just done at this point, aren't you, Beck?
Yeah, when you're down and you're a player in that timeout, you just low-key want it to be a bit over. You want it to go through quickly. But the Venom, you want to end this last 3 minutes on a high. So then you go into your next game with that momentum and that positivity, knowing that you did a good job when it came to the end.
And we just saw there the fixture for this round. Some big games coming up this round. Bendigo and the Flyers due after this. Tomorrow, Sydney and the Capitals. All of these games to come this round have finals implications.
And it'll be hard, Venom, for your matches coming up, but you just beat Townsville in Townsville. So you have to know that you can do it.
And that 4th spot still up for grabs there. We see those upsets, and then you start putting yourself in the conversation. Out of the blue, you're in the finals chat. And
sometimes even if you know, hey, maybe we're out of finals, isn't it great when you're like, hey, we just messed up another team's chance of making finals? That's what you want to play for. You want to play for your pride, in yourself, in your team, and and also see if you can challenge some of those other top teams. Who makes that 4th spot?
And that's what we saw. We saw Lynx take a loss. We saw Bendigo take a loss. And then Tuesday night, it's like, oh, Townsville could win here, and they lock themselves in the top spot. Townsville take an L, so that just shakes things up. Meanwhile, that battle for 4th spot is really starting to heat up, Rach.
Oh, it absolutely is. And Southside do appear to be the informed team at the moment. You know, across the whole competition, they've been lighting it up the last few rounds. But this round for Southside is so important. Bendigo and Townsville, we get to see, are they the real deal? Can they challenge those top 3 consistently and push themselves into the conversation for a championship?
And some credit to Geelong here. They've just faced a red-hot Townsville Fire. Townsville have come out, by all appearances, just a little bit angry after taking an L Tuesday night. They've shot the lights out. They beat most teams tonight. But we see Mackenzie Holmes has got 15 and she comes up with the steal there. He'll add 15. Rotuno's on 15. Just not the night for Geelong Venom, though.
No, and that sort of sums up their night a little bit. There's the intense, right? The effort's there, but the execution is just a little bit off. And you know, like I said before, it's credit to Townsville the way they've played. But, you know, Geelong will be a little bit disappointed, but they're fighting right to the end, which is great to see.
The Fire continuing to execute. Working down the stretch. Horvat finds Froling inside, did everything but go down. Big offensive rebound. Horvat, she can't get it to go. That's a double-double for Mackenzie Holmes, her 10th rebound for the game, 15 and 10, continuing to be consistent for the Venom this season. The Fire a chance to get some minutes into some players who don't see the court as much. Dakota Crichton out in the court now for some late game minutes. Chloe Forster playing a little bit extra as well. Sharp gets a look from beyond the arc.
And it's great to see Forster get these minutes while Courtney Woods was out. She was able to get more playing opportunity, and credit to her. Her on-ball defense was amazing. Even when she got switched onto a bigger guard, someone like Izzy Borlase, she didn't shy away. She really attacked that challenge, and against Adelaide had the 12 points. So it is great when you see these younger players who are training just as much as everyone else have an opportunity on the floor.
You see there, just similar to that last offense, the pass just go beyond Mackenzie Holmes in a way that's really defined tonight. Geelong were right there, led at quarter time. It just hasn't quite been there. Just little things, a game of inches has led to the game sort of extending the other way against them.
Exactly right, Nathan. The pressure that Geelong have just started putting on the last few minutes and being a little bit more up and in, especially on that on-ball, is something I would have loved to see a little bit more of in this game, and hopefully they can take that into the next round as we see the Amy replay. Oh, yeah.
Alyssa Brett.
Probably a bit hard done by.
I think the foul might have been called.
I think it was called on Judge Shelley in the end following that.
Fifth. And that, let's not underestimate that. Judge Shelley, 2 early fouls, leads the league in steals. She's a big part of how Geelong can dictate the game defensively and had to sit down with foul trouble early. So a big change for them.
Yeah, it is, and especially after last game against the Fire, she was so instrumental, and she just brings that energy and that spark for the Venom. And again, they missed her on the offensive end with points, but again, she's that roaming player that Chris allows her to be, so that's how she gets those steals. And again, we saw when she was on defending up the court, so she always is applying that pressure.
Taylor Mole into the game for Geelong. She got the opportunity to snap the selfie with the W on Tuesday night. That won't be the case tonight for the Venom. Townsville showing their classes. There is a red-hot battle to decide who is the best team in the league this season. Strong argument, Townsville are there, but they're Perth and Bendigo also right up there. The fascinating twos and throws of WNBL26, but with 30 seconds remaining this one, it is the Townsville Fire tonight. They lead it by 24. You think this is their last look to finish the game. Froling from beyond the arc. Horvat, it falls in her hands for the layup. Stretching out the lead for Townsville.
Does that count as an assist rate?
It should.
I think it should.
I don't think it will, but...
Sharp looking to finish to Geelong. The bucket goes. Small consolation for Sharp. Great to see her back in the lineup after missing Tuesday night with illness. Late subs for the Fire again, getting some minutes. Jessie Edwards coming in the game. Getting feet on the hardwood with the ball will finish in Lucy Olsen's hands, and the Townsville Fire too good tonight. They beat the Geelong Venom 91-67.
Just a great display, you know, of basketball from the Townsville Fire. It's the Fire that we've come to know this season. Execution, multiple contributors, finding the right shots, and just that trademark defense that they had that was able to generate their offense.
And a little glimpse back of what playoff basketball looks like, where you play teams in consecutive games, and ominous signs for the rest of the league, the way Townsville were able to bounce back and adjust after Tuesday night's game.
Oh, yeah. It's great also. You don't want losses, but sometimes when you're having such a winning season, having a loss to keep you humble ends up actually being a good thing, knowing this isn't given to us. We have to come out every night and we have to earn it. And you can tell they did exactly this. The way that they came out was all class. And like you said, Rach, it was done at the defensive end. Keeping a team under 70 points is great. And it shows they had 11 steals in today's game and forced Geelong into 15 turnovers. So just a great way to come back, and they executed their schemes tonight.
And Milasoa, a big part of why the Fire started this game so hot. She led all scorers at halftime with 17, and she joins Maddie Brown courtside.
Mila, you must be super impressed with that. When you spoke about at halftime, it's back to that brand of Townsville basketball that you wanted. What impressed you about, you know, Tuesday's performance compared to tonight?
Yeah, I think drastic two versions of us. I think we were really assertive in our actions. We made the extra pass, and when the people open, they knocked it down. So I think it was just really sharp compared to the other nights.
We spoke about in commentary about just multiple threats. It's hard to know who to shut down. That must be something that excites you in offense.
Yeah, definitely. I think when everyone's a threat, it's, you know, you got to pick your poison. So I think everyone did an awesome job tonight. They came in and did their job. So yeah, really proud of them.
Defensively, right from the beginning, you set the tone. You were up in the lanes. You were shutting down their paint. You really kept a lot of their star shooters to under double points. Was that a focus that you spoke about?
Yeah, definitely. Last time we let them all kind of pop off. So yeah, it was our job to close down the paint, make sure the shooters don't get open shots, at least have a hand. Some of them they made it, but yeah, just putting pressure on the whole 40 minutes, which I think we did a really good job of. Yeah.
It's a quick turnaround. You've got another game on Sunday, back to recovery, and then hitting the Flyers hard again.
Yeah, super quick recovery, and then yeah, Flyers will be coming out for us. So yeah, we definitely need to, you know, bring this game over into the next, but we're excited.
It was great to see you guys back to your best.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it.
Milasoa leading all scorers with 22 points. A cheeky 6-7 there just in the interview with Maddie Brown there, and we see a look at her highlights here, and she was just red hot from the outside, as we've become accustomed to.
Yeah, she was, and she takes the right shots, which is why she's able to shoot at such a high clip, and her team find her in the right spots as well, and are able to move the ball and get it to her. But she's just added so many things to her game. She's just so impressive to watch, and just been a huge part of Townsville Fire's success this season.
And Beck, we see a lot of the three-point shooting, but it's the other pieces that make her so hard to guard.
It really is. She runs the floor really well, and what I also really like about her this season, I think her one-on-one defense has really improved. She's up and in on guards, in the backcourt. You can see her roaming, trying to get those steals, change shots, and again, just what a great night at the office. 8 from 13 from the field. Again, this is why she's leading the league in 3 points. 5 from 7, so a good night at the office for Soa.
I'm with you on the one-on-one defense. A little bit of 3x3 helps that along for Milasoa. It's Milasoa and the Townsville Fire getting it done tonight, 91-67. Stay with us, though. We'll unpack it all after this. Friday night WNBL action, and 3 days is a long time in the WNBL. Tuesday night, it was the Geelong Venom, a shock victory up in Townsville against the Fire. Tonight, the reverse. In Geelong, the Townsville Fire, too good, 91-67, getting it done against the Geelong Venom and sending a message to the rest of the competition as they shot the triple at 47% to take care of business. What did you make of it, Rach?
Oh, well, Townsville were just so impressive, and, you know, I think we all expected them to come out this way. We know they're so well coached by Shannon, but it was just their execution, their effort at both ends of the floor that really impressed me, and particularly their defence. It really generated their offence. They had 17 fast break points to just 2 for Geelong, as well as 50 points in the paint, which is always going to be very hard to beat.
And what I love seeing is you can see courtside, the Geelong players are out there signing autographs. They've taken a big loss. They're still getting amongst the fans. And that's one great thing about the WNBL. But Geelong started well tonight, bet cold, but throughout the duration of the game, particularly that second quarter, was when it broke open for Townsville.
Yeah, it really was. And they did come out with that same intent and energy. They were feisty. They were up and about. But in that second quarter, just their execution on offense, a lack of ball movement, and they were only able to score that 15 points. So it was hard for them. But what you love to see is, even though after a loss, we're one of the only leagues in the world where you have elite athletes who you can go talk to, sign autographs, and get to meet your idols. So it's great to see that even though Geelong, it was a hard one for them tonight, they're still full of smiles for their fans.
And you've got to love that, and both of you, Beck and Rach, have been there. Sometimes a bit flattening coming out after a loss, but season after season, I love seeing WNBL players make time for the fans, and the fans don't care what the result is at the end of the game. They want to meet their idols, and it's great to see the Geelong players doing that tonight. And it's that gives people hope in life during tough times. And we're aware that across Australia today, there is acute levels of high heat and some extreme conditions going on. We were due to go to Ballarat for our next game, but that extreme heat causing issues out there, and our thoughts to anyone affected. Megan Huswaite's courtside at Ballarat with an update on that next game.
Well, thanks, Nathan. I'm here in Ballarat where tonight's game between Bendigo Spirit and Southside Melbourne Flyers has been called off. It's been postponed due to severe weather impacting Ballarat and the surrounding areas. In consultation with local authorities and venue operations here in Ballarat, and with the safety of fans, players, officials and the wider community being the league's highest priority, the decision has been made to reschedule the game. The league is reviewing scheduling and ticketing options for the game and will provide further information in due course. But there are fires surrounding Ballarat at the moment, and it's meant that the smoke has flooded into the stadium here through the air conditioning. So it's been quite hazy, a few asthmatics amongst the playing groups, and it's been a very strange situation here at Ballarat, but well done to the league and the clubs that came together and made really the best decision in terms of the health, safety and well-being of everyone here at the venue tonight. Well, we saw games rescheduled during the COVID pandemic, and the clubs and the league will now work together to try and reschedule this fixture. Of course, it was a massive game tonight with Bendigo coming off a loss last week to Sydney, which ended their winning streak, and Southside ready to try and capture a scalp after 3 solid wins. But what happens now? Will Southside have a home game against Townsville on Sunday? Christy Harrower says they will likely have some sort of light training tomorrow to prepare for that. And for Bendigo, they head to Hoops Fest to take on Perth in what will be a tantalising clash next round. We send our love and thoughts to Abby Werung and her family tonight. It was meant to be a special homecoming night for Abby, who played her juniors here in Ballarat. Sadly, her auntie and uncle lost their property, and some animals perished at their home in Western Victoria this afternoon. And it just goes to show that life and so many things are bigger than basketball. So we're thinking of Abby and sending our love and thoughts to her family.
Megan, thank you so much for that update, and our thoughts go out to Abby Werung and anyone affected by the fires. And we love that this game of basketball gives people great joy and sometimes feels like basketball is life. We throw away that statement, but our thoughts to anyone affected doing it tough today with fires out there. And well done to the league for making the right decision in what would have been an exciting game in Ballarat, and I'm sure people are excited for the game of basketball, but conditions making that unable to go ahead tonight. We look forward to when that will be rescheduled. And that was a really significant game, Rach and Beck, in terms of how the season looks as we take a look at the Bunnings ladder. Things delicately poised in the WNBL, and tonight would have really been an influence there as we see Bendigo currently sitting top of that ladder. Southside Melbourne holding on to fourth spot, first versus fourth with a big game.
Yeah, it's disappointing that we don't get the game, but obviously safety is paramount, and like you said, credit to the league for making the right decision. But, you know, Southside have been on a run at the moment, and we want to see them against those top three sides just to see, you know, if they are the real deal, and they have pushed Bendigo in previous games. So I was looking forward to tonight's game, but that'll get, you know, postponed. We'll get to see them at a later date, and they've got Townsville on Sunday, which is also going to be a big test for Southside.
But Cole, good things are worth waiting for. Southside Flyers the only team on a multiple game win streak so far. Do you think they're the real deal?
I do think they are the real deal, but I still think you need to prove it. It's only 3 games. We've seen big upsets so far. So, again, we would have loved to see this game be played, but the health and safety of everyone involved is most important. But damn, do we have something to look forward to with that matchup. And sometimes it works in your favour, other times it doesn't. So we'll just have to wait and see. But again, a special mention to Abby Werung. Our thoughts and prayers are with her and everyone in our basketball community. We, you know, always send in our love to.
So tonight's game is postponed, so we look forward to tomorrow, the Sydney Flames and the UC Capitals, the two teams sitting just out the side of the floor and looking for an opportunity. And then as we look forward through the round, that Southside Melbourne Flyers versus Townsville Fire game really sticks out there to sort out what those finals positions look like.
Certainly does. And, you know, there's games as well between those lower teams, and they're going to have wins and that are going to make them feel like they can push up into that 4th position as well. So, but the outcome of Southside Townsville is going to be really telling, I think, for the rest of the season.
And the Flames and Capitals both coming off big wins. They'd be looking for a chance to make a run to get a shot at that 4th spot as well, Beck.
Oh, it's massive. The Caps had a huge win over the Perth Lynx with Jade Melbourne out due to injury. Also, Sarah Blitzarves was out, and now we know that she's going to China overseas to play, but we saw Nard step up. So that is massive. If Caps get the win, the Flyers lose, 4th and 5th change, and again, grab your popcorn.
Grab that popcorn for tomorrow. Mutual outs. We see Lauren Nicholson out for the season as well for the Flames. So tomorrow is going to be enormous. Never a dull moment in the WNBL. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Nathan Strimple with Rachel Jarry and Beck Cole. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes. Maddie Brown courtside. We'll see you next time.